Joy News is learning that Government of Ghana is in a desperate scramble to raise resources to settle a $140 million judgment debt owed Trafigura for illegally terminating a contract to install and operate two power plants in Ghana. 2.5 years after London Arbitrary Tribunal awarded a judgment debt against Ghana, Trafigura has attached at least 5 properties of the country in the UK. But that may not be enough. We have exclusive details of that for you. Manuel Cranting now joins us live from London with the latest on this fast developing story. Manuel, the seized building may not be enough to offset the debt. Why is that? Manuel, kindly unmute so we can hear what you're telling us.
Yes, well, Bruce, what we've learned is that the attachment is not outrightly to the ownership of the building, the particular building called Regina Building. It is actually to the leasehold interest of the country in the building, which in simple terms means that while the country owns the building and currently receives rent, for want of better expressions, from the occupants of the building, it currently is going to transfer that leasehold interest to Trafigura, which means that Trafigura is now going to be the institution to rather receive the rent. Right. What my sources tell me is that the rental value of the property is around £1.5 million annually. And if you put that across the judgment debt of $140 million US, it brings you somewhere around £115 million. That give or take with £1.5 million annually, holding all other variables constant, gives you about 75 to 76 years before Trafigura will be able to offset or defray its entire interest of the $140 million US. That, my sources tell me, cannot be the option now. So currently, what is being discussed is how the government of Ghana can raise other resources, including persons who are familiar with this particular story and really close to the authorities at both sides of the conversation, talking about Trafigura and its subsidiary in Ghana, GC, and then the government of Ghana say this may actually spill over into properties in Ghana, even though we haven't gotten to that point just yet.
Okay. Have we heard anything from the Trafigura people themselves?
Well, what we know is that the government of Ghana is currently making frantic overtures towards Trafigura in the sense of getting Trafigura to rather amicably deal with the situation. However, what we've learned is that Trafigura, and I'll just read you a quick report, if like response that Trafigura gave to the BBC. They say over the past 2.5 years since they secured this judgment from the arbitrary tribunal in London, they have taken steps to actually, prosecute and execute the judgment debt in ways that will be satisfactory for both sides. And it hasn't been successful, obviously, due to attempts by the government of Ghana to block the execution of the judgment debt. So for now, they say they are open to conversations and they are willing to engage the government of Ghana if it brings on proposals. And that's where we are currently with the ongoing conversations. What we know also is that, Brace, there are at least 2 banks, which are Ghana International Bank and then another bank called Chiba Bank, which are currently occupying portions of the 6-story building that we call Regina House. And both of these banks have at least some 5 more years remaining on their lease towards the government of Ghana. So there's a bit of a conversation about what is going to happen to the interest of the 5 years that is currently on the books of these banks. So it's currently, a very desperate effort by the government of Ghana to salvage what it can so that the demands of Trafigura does not spill over into the country. And especially because, and just as you read in your intro, there are 5 properties that were attached to this judgment, the Regina House, and then 4 other properties, including the Ghana High Commission building, and then the Chancery. Fortunately, at least for the country Ghana, these other 4 properties are covered by diplomatic immunity, which essentially means that they cannot be assumed by a Trafigura. And so there's currently a search for how to make up for the difference in value.
Okay, Manuel Cranton, grateful to you. Now, away from that, the